Hello everyone! It's been a while since I've been on camera on this channel, so this is a little bit weird. I also have a new camera, so I'm in 60 frames now per second. Ain't that awesome? You can really see all my gesturing that I will be doing throughout this video. I hope you've all been doing well. You know that I had a bit of a slump, but I hope I'm over it now. Today we will take a quick look at my top 3 releases for April 2023. So games that will be available next month, and maybe there's a little indie in there that's something for you guys as well. I would hope so. And you know what? Let's just go in. And we start with Tin Hearts, developed by Rogue Sun and published by Wired Productions, which is a company that is quickly becoming one of my favorite indie publishers. And it's coming on April 20th, so not long to go then. And it's looking to be an extremely cute puzzle game, is the best way I can describe it. You have these lines of these little adorable tin men, and you have to guide them through levels. And you don't necessarily do that by controlling the tin men themselves, but the environments around them. So you can manipulate objects, you can shoot cannons, and they have balloons, and it's all of that crazy cool stuff. You need to find them a safe way to get around the level and achieve your goal. And it also apparently has this really heartfelt story that the devs really want to put an emphasis on. And you know me, I love narrative games. It will also be available in VR, if that is your thing. I, to this day, have never tried VR. Can you believe that? I'm living in the Stone Ages, apparently. So the story will center around this inventor who apparently also invented these little cute tin men. And Rogue Sun, the developer, is apparently made up of a lot of people who worked on Fable. Now, I have never played Fable myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I'm kind of hoping we'll get a really cool, inventive puzzle game. I don't necessarily expect it to be like brain-breakingly difficult, because it seems to be made for kids. Maybe I'm completely off about that and it will just break my brain. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But I just expect a very cute puzzle game with a really cool story to tie it all together. And that's enough for me. I'm just looking forward to it. Tin Hearts, everyone! The next one is The Last Case of Benedict Fox, which is developed by Plot Twist and published by Rogue Games Incorporated, and it releases on the 27th of April. And I'm sure that a lot of you already know of this game. I think it has gotten a lot of attention and a lot of marketing, and it just looks to be so good. You know that thing where you see a game and you are just immediately drawn to it just because of the art style and the story that's presented in the trailer? That happened to me here, and then I found out this was a Metroidvania. I don't play Metroidvanias. They are not my type of game usually, but I cannot pass this up. I mean, we have such a cool style mixed with eldritch horror, which is one of my favorite genres of horror. I will be playing this even if it is a Metroidvania. I just hope that the gameplay can keep me going, because I know that that is a part that I will struggle with. Going back and forth, doing a lot of backtracking, it's just not my thing. But I just hope that this is very creative and that it has a really cool story attached to it. That's what I'm hoping for the most, because having Benedict and being kind of possessed by this demon eldritch horror thing, him being able to go into people's memories and stuff, it just looks to be so good. Let's go! The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Just a quick intermission before we get to the last one. If you want more of me, and why wouldn't you, I'm also now a part of the Offshore Games Cast, which is a weekly podcast where me and my friends Dave and Dylan talk about games. So we pick a game each week and we talk extensively about them, if that is your kind of thing. Offshore Games Cast here on YouTube and wherever you can find podcasts. I'm there and I love it. Check it out. And last but certainly not least, we have Welcome to Goodland, which is both developed and published by Big City Lab and their first creation as far as I could find, and it's releasing on the 28th of April. This is a strategy management game that also has RPG elements and visual novel elements, and it looks to be really cool because one of its main influences that it says on the site is This is the Police, and I really like This is the Police. If it can live up to kind of that darker, very gritty style of writing, I will be totally on board. And that's really where I think the crux of this is. If the writing isn't good, then the game will fall apart, because you're starting as this really ordinary salesman, but then you get pulled into a money laundering scheme and you have to decide if you go with it or if you fight against it. And I really want that to be cool, and I want it to be meaningful, and I hope that all the elements just come together, that the strategy is really fun, that it isn't tedious, and that the writing is on point, because they really need to be in order to have a very gritty, real feeling to it. If those elements really do come together, then Welcome to Goodland is definitely worth keeping an eye on. And those were my top 3 releases for April. I really hope that there's maybe something that you might enjoy, and if there are other games that I have missed, tell me about them, write me about them. And that's it for me today. It was really nice to be on camera again. I hope to make this a monthly thing where I talk about upcoming indies that have caught my attention for one reason or another. Thank you so much for watching, and let's be weird together.